What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got my 2015 Volkswagen Passat. This is the TDI SEL Premium. I need to do an oil change on it, so I figure I'll show you guys how to do that. This is the car that I rack up pretty much all my mileage on. Drives pretty good for highway use. Pretty decent gas mileage. So let's get started. The first thing that I usually do is I'll go ahead and take it for a test drive. So you want to get that oil warmed up, and basically once you drain it, you want that to flow more like water than you do syrup. So that's why I do that, and it does make a difference. So you're also going to need a set of ramps. These are the ones that I use. They are Rhino Ramps. I believe I got these from Menards. They stack pretty well for storage, and I haven't had any issues with them. Alright, so I got the ramps set in place, ready to drive on them. When you're doing that, just go ahead and get on the ground. Make sure it's going to be right up the center of the ramp. You can kind of line that groove up with the center tread of the tire. So just like that. Alright, it's on. You can see it went all the way up to the little stop on the ramp. So make sure you do that. And it was pretty well centered on both tires. So for me, I'm just going to grab the nearest thing. It ain't much, but it'll work. There you go. And same with the other side. Perfect. Go ahead, pop your hood right here, driver's side. You'll see it popped open right here. Just pull her up and lift. And there you go. Go ahead, crack your fuel cap. Yes, it's warm, smoking a little bit. And go ahead and pull your dipstick out just a little bit. That way, lets it breathe when it's draining. Drain a little bit quicker. So next step, you're going to be taking off the skid plate underneath. It's going to be a couple Torx bits, a T45 Torx bit, or star. It's whatever you choose to call it. And then you're also going to need a T20 Torx. Okay. So looking at the skid plate, the left of your screen is going to be the front. I'm kind of off to the side here. There's going to be one of those smaller T20s right here. And then the rest are pretty much going to be all along the side to the back. You can see maybe I've got a little bit of a leak somewhere, so I'll take a look at that. But you got one hole right there, and then it's going to go all the way down the side with the small ones, and then your three in the back. Same on the other side. Pretty easy to remove. Now you got your skid plate off, you're going to want to drain your oil. So rule number one for me never use an impact on your drain bolt. I don't care whether you're loosening it or tightening. It shouldn't be that tight anyways. So for this one, it's gonna be a 14 millimeter. For me, it's easier just to have an extension on these and a deep. It's not needed, just gives you extra clearance. But yep. All right, guys, let's see if I can show you this and give you the right perspective of where it's at. So you see this, your drain plug's gonna be right on the back. Let's see if I can get the angle. Somewhere right there. So I've got an aftermarket one with a magnet. Ow, that's hot. But anyways, right there. So that's the front of the car coming all the way back. Right there, 14. All right, of course, don't forget your drain pan. Seems like the best one I've been able to find is at Harbor Freight. They're pretty stiff. They're not gonna flex on you when you go to dump them. They got kind of a handy little oil filter holder to drain it. So get your filter and toss her under. All right, got her draining. Most of it's out already. Kind of hard to get that all on film by yourself. So now that drain plug's out, you can start working on the filter. Your filter is at the front of the car. See it right there. That black housing. It's not hard to get to, just got to move a couple of wires. This one in particular. We're gonna have to pop that guy loose. Pop it out of this little clip here. And then this clip also. And then you're gonna end up tucking it up over the fan blade here. I usually just rest it right here. All right, so disconnected this sensor. You can see your oil filter housing there now, a little easier. And I removed the cable from this clip here. Now, here's that sensor I removed. And I just pushed this cable up and over the fan, and it's just being held there. I also pulled this sensor out of this holder here just for a little extra slack. You don't have to, but that's how it's gonna look before you pull your housing out. Now you can put a blue shop towel here, and I recommend it. You don't want to get oil in there. Just throw a nice towel there. On your housing, it's going to have a little drain. So you're going to end up doing the drain first, let it drain into the pan, and then use a bigger socket to take your whole housing off. That center drain bolt for the housing is a 13 mil. And then the actual filter, it's going to be a 32. Okay. So might be hard for some of you guys to find, but Harbor Freight has everything, so that's where I got mine. It's just a deep impact socket, 32 mil, and it is 1/2 inch drive. So if you're using 3/8 like I am, you're gonna have to find an adapter. Here's my setup for getting the actual housing out for the oil filter. It may look a little silly, but you're gonna need some sort of combination of an extension long enough. It just makes it easier to reach that thing. It's kind of up there. Got the oil filter housing out and your filter. And when you take this out, housing is going to come by itself. And then the filter is going to be stuck up there still. Just reach in there, pull it out. The centerpiece and the housing, there's going to be an O-ring that's going to be replaced. Should come with your filter. Get yourself a pick tool. It's the easy way. I mean, don't kill it, but it's just using it to help you get it off. Comes off pretty easy. Ideally, you'd have a different shaped pick tool, but this one's the only one I could find. Okay. Take your towels and wipe these out. Clean them off as good as you can. Any of that debris. So I'd even wipe the outside of this off. I've already done the inside, but you wipe the outside off, that's just less, you know, dirt or debris that can get in the way when you're reinstalling it. Here's the parts I'm going to use. So I've got Mobil 1 5W30 ESP and Wix part number there for you. It does come with the O-rings for the housing and that centerpiece on the housing. Put the O-rings back on. I got just a little cap full of oil just to get it wet. So just lube it up a little bit. And then roll her on. Don't force it, just kind of, once it's on, you can just roll it down with your thumb. And it'll get there. So you can see it kind of wants to stop right there, but that's not where it goes. Keep going all the way. Right there. Okay. Then next, the little one. This one's a little harder to get on there, but you'll get it. Alright, just like that. Then you can go ahead and start that in there. So you can see that there are some torque values here. I'll be honest, I've never torqued them. I just go to where it feels right. Haven't had any issues. So your housing's now ready. You just have to tighten that up. Alright, so you got your filter. It's going to go in the housing. It only goes one way. So, I mean, you can try it. It's not going to fit. It needs to sit and stick. So this way, you'll see it goes and clicks. It ain't coming out. Okay. So go ahead, install this. And I have not tightened this yet. It's easier just tighten it once you get the housing in, okay? With everything tight, you're ready to add your oil. Just really make sure you get that drain plug in there. That would suck, okay? All right, I believe it's about 6 quarts. If I didn't say it already, it's about 6 quarts of oil. The manual, I believe, is incorrect. It says like 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 or something like that. And I did that the very first time and it was super low. So it's about 6 quarts, or just, you'll figure it out. I'll try to show you how to clear the code or the warning that pops up telling you got an oil change due. So stay tuned for that.